expert at what he does. And he's outstanding. I just really enjoy working, partnering with Travis. He's been a great asset to OIC, Wilson, and also to myself. But Travis, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to give it to you. So without further ado, everyone, I'm going to present to you all Mr. Travis Patterson from Resume Writers.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Do I sound like I have a trusting demeanor about myself?
Yeah.
Do you judge me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Wow, I even got her to get in on that. My name is Travis Patterson, or Travis C. Patterson, the career professional, CoachTCP. I am the CEO of Wilson Resume Writers, and I'm here talking about etiquette today, interview etiquette, and I thank you for inviting me here. Some really, really great key points. I just want to kind of pivot on as far as attitude. Is anyone married in here? Is anyone single? All right, so I have a question for you. You don't have to give me the exact answer, but who's ever been on a really, really great date? Who's been on a really bad date before? I'm pretty sure you guys can give me some stories on that.
Yeah, come on, don't be honest.
I've been on, I'm single, not married, I don't have any kids. I go out from time to time, and I have some really good dates. Sometimes I have some really bad dates. And sometimes there's some deal breakers that I experience within the first 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes. It only takes me 2 minutes to really know if I really want to continue with that person or not. But there's some deal breakers for me. And from that same perspective, that's how employers look at you too. I've had some bad dates, the same way I've had some bad interviews before. And again, it only took me 2 minutes to say, you know what? In my mind, I can't wait till you get out of my seat. For real. Your breath stink. You smoke. That's the turn off for me. I don't like kissing ashtrays. And for employers, they won't tell you this, but a lot of employers don't prefer smokers because you take too long on breaks. You take more breaks than you actually do your lunchtime. So they're not going to get the right kind of production out of it. So at the end of the day, if they're spending money on your work, they want to make sure that you can actually deliver. Now, during the interview, they're going to ask you, do you smoke? More than likely not, unless you're applying for some type of medical position that requires either you to wear some type of gown that covers everything, or unless you're going to be touching medicine directly. And it's okay. Everyone has their own thing. Everyone has their own preferences. There's no perfect employer. There's no perfect employee. It's all about chemistry. So, attitude, etiquette. The first impression that you make with an employer is going to make the world a difference. Just like on a date. If you're coming in, we're meeting at so what's fancy here? Wilson? Olive Garden. If you're meeting your date at Olive Garden, if they're late, you're watching your clock instead of them because they're not there in front of you. If they're not dressed appropriately, they're wearing something they probably should be wearing at Bike Week, something like that, or something maybe they wore at Sanderson Farms and came in directly to see you. And nothing against Sanderson Farms, but the way you dress there is not how you dress for an interview or for a date. Again, this first impression is going to determine, you know what, I really like this person. I wouldn't mind seeing them again. I can't help but use the analogy when it comes to dating as the interview process. Because a lot of guys in particular, we're hunters. We're alpha males. Some of us are alpha males. So we go out and find our dates. We're prey. I'm going to say it like that. If you're consistent with chasing the job that you're interested in, then you will get that job. How you present, are you giving her flowers? Are you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a real nice resume?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you smell nice,
Oh,
have a nice I know that's right. I mean, so I'm getting this job today. You will know my name by the end of this conversation. The interview doesn't start when they ask you to sit down and introduce yourself. The interview starts when you pick up the phone and ask, y'all got something? Y'all hiring? I take anything. Well, we don't have anything. The interview starts when Miss Kathleen says, I have a really great person. She done sold you up already. Now, how you gonna deliver? Anybody ever been on a blind date before?
I have.
Somebody done put you with somebody? Yeah. How disappointing is that for? Huh?
I was iffy about it.
Iffy. How disappointing is that for an employer to receive you and you done been, you know, man, I got this person, and you know, you know what? But that's exactly, again, on the comparison. I'm using this analogy because I believe we all, at some point in time, will work. We all, at some point in time, will go out on what we call a date. And I think the ultimate promotion when dating is to get married. And how do you get those benefits? By showing the work on time. I'm not married, but I heard about the honey-do list. I heard about that. At some point in time, you're coming in entry level, and you start getting more responsibilities. You become a team leader. I'm sorry, a parent. You become a team leader. You become a manager. Now you manage your department. I'm sorry, your household. So every employer, every relationship is different. Depends on if you're gonna date, live in with your person for a while before you get married. But no matter if you attempt to perm, no matter if you are just coming in and you're applying directly for it because you know exactly what you want. You know what? I knew it from the first day I met you. I'm getting this job. And I want to be here for as long as you have it. However way you approach it is the exact way you finish it. Do not.
But give me this though. How about I was with a young lady for 4 years. I took care of her. I took care of her mom, and I proposed to her all within 1 year.
Okay.
And she walked away from me. So what do you tell me about that?
I'll tell you like this. There's this, again, I'm not a marriage counselor, but I will tell you this. There's some employers that will allow you to volunteer for them. And what's that phrase people use? Don't buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free. You can volunteer because you're getting experience. They're getting to know you. But don't give it all away.
But I won't give them no milk. I won't get no milk.
But you
I
just
was giving all the milk.
But you just said to me,
I was giving all the milk.
that's what I'm saying, you were giving it away. You were taking care of somebody who was not even, you didn't share a last name with them.
No.
You wouldn't
I
get no
was about-
paycheck?
I was about to.
You volunteering.
I was about to.
You ain't on payroll yet.
I was about to.
That's right.
First of all, you gotta find out if there's an open position or not.
I thought it was open. I think it was closed.
Because there may some employers the only thing they want is a volunteer. Because the season is coming up.
Okay.
You know, cuffing season, cupcake season, you know, or holiday season. You know, people don't like being alone during this cold winter months. Retailers don't like having shelves full of product and not enough people to help sell them. So when you volunteer, if you get a chance to volunteer and experience that relationship, don't give away everything up front, but put your best foot forward. So that, you know what, I want this person. They're coming up to work every day. They're coming every day and they're really, showing me that they want it, and they're telling me, you know what, I want this. I really want to get paid for it though.
But give me this though. I spoke like a rotten tooth. She treated me like a rotten tooth.
Like a rotten tooth?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every employer is different because every relationship is different. I think that you can be the right person, be at the wrong job.
Okay.
Okay?
I was the wrong person.
Because I think that You may be working at Alliance One, but you just finished medical school, or you just got your billing and coding certification. You're not a morning person,
I'm a morning person.
but you want to work in a place that serves coffee, and you don't like coffee. Maybe there's something inside of you that is the right person, but you're not in the right place. And I think it takes a person who knows themselves in order for them to be in the right situation or on the right track and on the right track. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So I want to do an exercise today.
Yeah, can you sort of like, pick someone out, or we can get a volunteer, we won't put somebody on the spot.
He getting the job today. He brought the flowers.
Bought the cake.
It might not be right
See the
now.
bear?
It may not be the right.
I got the jewelry.
And you may have your questions already lined up. I got several
You
questions
have
we can
some?
ask. I got
Yeah, I was
some good
gonna-
ones. If you got some, I mean, that's fine. But I got several too that I wanna
I use it.
choose from, and I wanna not just select him, not that I'm, just different people from different, backgrounds and industry of work, or different
I
jobs,
want to interview
careers.
you. I want to interview you, sir. And I'd like to interview you. And lastly, you. Yep. I'm not going to go through a full interview. I'm going to ask you just a few questions. I want to see your demeanor. I want to see how you present. I'm going to say one thing before we get started. Is that, first of all, I have a book that's coming out. I not only am a CEO, but I am an author. It's coming out October 15th. It's called Go Get It. The tool you need to take the job or make the job. It's showing people like yourselves how to get out of your job and into your career. It's also showing you how to transition from your career to owning your own business.
That's what I want to do.
So if this interests you, if you guys are tired of giving away the milk for free,
I'm tired of it.
I would like you to check out my website. I have a pre-order form up there. And also the book is free.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So,
Knowledge is power, so still
Knowledge
have
is
that
power.
information.
so greatness is a lot of small things done well. A lot of you chase the dollar when it comes to jobs. You don't even ask what the responsibility is, how much they paying.
Yeah, it's true.
And you go and you find out, oh man, I'm making, $18 an hour, but I'm breaking my back. I guess I'll do this.
You got to crawl before you walk.
You do have to crawl, but how do you do that? You find a mentor, they teach you how to walk, or a parent. You find, I'm thinking about this as a baby, as you grow a child. There's certain things you have to come across before you can get to the next level. And when you get to that point when you're in your career, you'll know it. Because a lot of you, again, you're chasing the dollar. You've done 20 different things in the past 5 years, because they're all temp jobs. Given, we live in Wilson, North Carolina, there's a lot more temp jobs than there are permanent jobs.
It's true.
So how can you make a stand when everybody like you is going after Sally Sue with the pretty smile, the big employer? Because they got the best benefits. They have the best hours, and they know it's not a waste of time. There is a ring coming at some point in time, or a promotion or a raise. There is something coming. When you find out what you're really good at, you can't dedicate 100% to so many things at one time. You got to perfect your craft. And if you're working in finance, I think accuracy is important. Customer service is important. If you're working in a pharmaceutical plant, being careful, again, accuracy, but quality is important. You're not really working with customers, but if you don't put your best foot forward there, somebody's grandma's gonna die because you mixed the wrong medicine. You put the wrong medicine in the wrong box. Do not kill my grandmother. Sorry, Dad, but still, don't I need you to think about that. Somebody in your circle, even if it's McDonald's, no offense against McDonald's, that was my first job. But I will say this, no matter if you're working at McDonald's or Olive Garden, you put your best foot forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do not have to do a job. They don't have cook nobody's burger to a point where they're gonna die, get sick.
Mm-hmm.
They only paid $1 for that, but now they gotta pay, what, $500? $500 for a trip to the emergency room. That's how much, I think it's like $300 some odd dollars to get a ambulance. And however much it's gonna cost to get your stomach, get that antibiotics in your system. They didn't ask for all that, just because you decided that you want to have a bad day and you didn't want to put your best foot forward. Find something that you're great at. The only way you can do that is find a few things that you're really good at and keep working on that. Know this one thing better than anybody else. Don't worry about who's next to you. Worry about your path, and you will start getting that raise. Now you done got the permanent job. Now you got the benefits. 2 days later, you done got another raise. I work for a company. I didn't know I was. Who thinks I'm good at talking? Who thinks I talk a lot? I talk a lot. I really do. I was like, you know what? I'm good at talking. I think I'm pretty good at talking. So how can I make this a job? I get paid $175 per hour to talk.
Lord have mercy.
That's pretty good, right?
It's
It's only for 2 hours.
I wish I get your tick.
Well, I do too. That's fine.
But don't worry about who's next to you.
No, I'm not.
Work on your craft.
Yeah.
I know
Because
it is.
I made, again, it's not about the dollar, it's about me spending time with myself.
Yeah.
And not saying, I'm not trying to work, we've been friends for 10 years, we've been, every job you go to, I'm going there with you. We make money socially together. Even we spend money socially together. We're gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings, we're gonna go to the O, we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna make money and spend money together, but his responsibilities are different from mine.
Yeah.
I got 5 kids. He got 6 jobs, he don't get time.
Hey.
You get tired once in a while.
But that one shift that we share, again, let me get back on task here. It's not about trying to chase the dollar or do something socially. He may be really good at this.
Yeah.
All 6 of his jobs are the same thing. And now he's on track to be a supervisor. But because I want to hang out, I don't miss my calling. I don't miss my path. Now he knows what he's great at. Whatever that one thing is, he's really doing it.
Yeah.
And now I'm chasing the temp job still. Now I'm jumping from $9 an hour to $7.25 an hour to $8 an hour to $8.25 to $13. I'm happy. Oh, gotta go back. Because you're jumping from job to job, chasing the dollar, instead of actually trying to find out what you're great at. That's how, long story short, that's how you get from being out of your job to a career. Work on what you're good at to become great.
But
Our man just said, whatever you put into it, you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
When you go to work, when you go to church, when you go into the house to spend time with your family, whatever you put into it, you're gonna get out of it.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. Invest in yourself.
You see what you get in return.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in a small town may hear me speak and say, you're gonna be a pastor one day. No, I'm not. I think we have enough pastors. For every church, there's a liquor store.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we have enough pastors. I want to find out what I can do within the ministry.
Yeah.
And all that being said, you know what you can do better than anybody else. You be the best you can be, and don't let somebody tell you, you know what? I want you to do this. I mean, if that's what you want to do, but again, stay on your track. If you don't know what you're great at, it's because you haven't spent enough time with yourself to really find out, you know what? When did I make my most money? When was I most happy? When was I most successful? Success is going to be different for everybody in here. Success is to me is to have more time, not to have more money. When you're good at something, money will come. I just want to spend more time with my family. I want to spend more time traveling for food. I love to eat. That's all I like to do. In order for me to have this lifestyle, I got to have certain money to supplement. What are you great at? So let's get started.